sure you guys can see this well. All right. How's everybody? Hi, Tracy. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Marie. My page name is His Girls Designs. And I am very excited to be with you today. We are going to going back to my roots. And I'll tell you in just a minute what that means. I am going back to my roots today. I have here everything that we will be needing today, down to the glue. Everything we'll be needing today to create this craft. How are you, Miss Jackie? How are you? Okay, there we go. Well, this episode of this craft for this craft on His Girls Designs is also being streamed right into Craft Round the Clock. If you're watching us through Craft Round the Clock, thank you so much and welcome. And there should be a little red button somewhere around there that tells you that I am live, which means that I would love to hear from you, be able to hear what you think about this craft. And if this is your first time here, want to know that too. And also, please let us know if you like this, and if you do, don't forget to sprinkle it around, let others see it, let others get their hands on it, so that way by you sharing it, and that way we could be able to grow. And it also helps with their algorithm. It costs you nothing, but it helps this girl out quite a lot. And I see also we are streaming also directly into my YouTube channel, which, by the way, the reason why I do it is because it bypasses a whole step for me. And and not only that, you all, but it also helps me to be able to, it helps you actually be able to reach and to find those videos without having to have them deleted from Facebook, which Facebook is doing quite a lot after only 30 days of your videos being there. So on YouTube, you will have it from beginning to end without any any possibilities of being lost. Those of you that are watching also on YouTube, make sure, please, if you could be sure to subscribe, give it a like, so that way we could be able to stand out in this algorithm world, in this social media. And let's say hello. I see Miss Martha. Happy Wednesday, my friend. And Kathleen, happy to have you here, friend. And Kelly, thank you so much. And I'm grateful for you for sprinkling Choose Joy Creations. Hello, Miss Lisa. Thank you so much for being here. And Kefani's Crafts, thank you so much for being here. And I will be praying for you, my friend. Thank you for the 5-star rating and for sprinkling out. Also want to say hello to Miss B here on YouTube. Hi, my beautiful friend. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started today. If you saw if you saw the description in the description box, I'm going to be making today, showing you, bringing to you a poinsettia, or poinsettia, however you want to say it, poinsettia. So it's one of those very traditional Christmas flower, which comes from Mexico. And so I want to go ahead and do that. And I want you to go ahead and take a screenshot if you want. Thank you for those that are joining on YouTube. We're going to be making a poinsettia or poinsettia. Go ahead and take a screenshot of this template right here. And that is a template right now that I am going to be using. And to be honest with you, it's my very own template. I just drew it out right now. So I honestly just drew it out on here. So you could go ahead and take a screenshot of that right now. That's the template that we're going to be using. And I will show you in just a few more other minutes. And this is the kind of page that you're going to get. So this is what we're going to be making. Oh, thank you so much, Martha. I appreciate the follow. And let's see. All right, so here it is. This is what we're going to do. Let me show you how I got to this step. So I went ahead and also created myself the other templates just for me to have. And what we're going to do, I have here some cardstock. Now, you could do this with cardstock. You could go ahead and do this with, even with just copy paper, printed paper. You could do this with any kind of paper that you may want to use. Even with, I'm just pointing here because this is where I have it. Paper that for scrapbooking. Any kind of paper. I have next to me lots of different papers because I started as a paper crafter. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I still have some just regular old book pages, and you all, I have been using this book for like the whole entire year. So don't think that I'm abusing many books out there. I'm not. All right, so what I have here, just because I am a lover of all things gold, and I have given some gold paper. Now, this gold paper on the back is just nice and brown, which I don't have to do anything to this. I could go ahead and do that. But I also wanted to give it, I wanted to say, I want to have an option of whether I want to go kind of blinky blinky kind of thing, or if I want to go kind of more of the rustic muted tones. So that'll be for you. So the other thing that we're going to use is that this is wire. And for this wire, let me show you which wire I am using. I am using the 22 gauge wire, and this is a very thin wire right here, and it's used lots for floral, friends. So lots, and it's sold very, very cheap. You could use that. Also wanted to give you an option too, if you happen to get your hands on some floral wire, which comes just like this in a package like that, or however it comes packaged, you could use that. This is a little, probably is a 20 gauge, not a 22, but it's basically the same thing. So just wanted to give you that. All right, we're going to be using not the hot glue, but we're going to use some tacky glue. Those of you that are watching new on YouTube, so much, thank you so much for being here. Thank you and welcome. Please make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I appreciate, and it helps me so much. I see Sarah Martin, how are you? Hello to you, friends. Let me know where you're watching from. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start taking one paper at a time, and I'm going to flip it upside down. So that means that my shiny side is going to be pointing down. I'm also going to start taking some of my wire here, and I'm just going to start cutting just probably about 6 inches, I want to say. By the way, guys, today I bought yet another cough medicine. Yet another. And this one, it seems to be holding up even better than the one from last time. So we'll get there. We'll get there. And eventually, in the name of Jesus, this will all go away. All right, so to make a poinsettia, or poinsettia, good morning, good evening, Jackie. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you for sprinkling. We are going, Donald, thank you so much for being here and welcome. Don't forget to say hi. You have to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, please. I'm going to be cutting for poinsettia, or poinsettia. You're going to be needing about 5 rounds. I mean, 2 or 3 rounds of petals, 2 or 3, depending how bushy you want your flower to be. I'm going to do my just 2 round one. If I were to make it as a wall flower, as a paper flower or for the wall. Hi, Natalie James, where are you watching from? I think this is the first time you stopped by, is it? If you're going to be doing it as a paper flower for the wall, I will recommend you do 3 rounds of your petals. Remember, every round will have 5 petals. So for this one, it is not going to go on the wall. It's just going to be more of a smaller one. I was thinking of perhaps using it as to decorate my my napkin holders. I do have regular napkin holders. Prayers for you, my friend. Who are you saying to? Who are you sending prayers to? Just want to make sure that I keep up and I say prayers for you too, guys. All right, so I have 4. I already did 1, so that will be my 5th. All right, so I have to do these. Okay, my bigger round of flowers will probably have a 7-inch rather than a 6-inch. The reason why we want a 6-inch is because it's going to go from the top here of the petal to the bottom, and I also want some of my wire to be hanging out, and that is for the purposes of putting the flower together. I'm going to put this on the side, and now what we're going to do now, so we're going to try to get it as flat as possible. Mine is bending because of it was in a roll. Let's say hello here. Give some shout outs to some friends, newly friends. Josh Glee, how are you? And thank you for being here. I am doing well. And let me know where you're watching from. I know this is the first time being here. Be sure to subscribe before you go anywhere else. But stick around. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting and gluing my poinsettia, my wires. I'm going to go ahead and leave them from the very top to the bottom. I'm going to leave about 2 inches just hanging out off of the paper. Going to leave 2 inches out, and I'm going to go ahead and I think each one of my papers here, I'm going to be able to, I believe, be able to at least do 3 petals, if not probably more, but I'm spacing them out, and I'm going to be on every single one of them putting in my wire. Now the wire right now, as I'm laying it on the paper, it's not fully sticking directly on the flower, on the paper. You'll see in just a minute how we make sure that that sticks. But right now, all I'm trying to get it is to try to be as flat as possible. All right, so as you could see, I have 3 wires kind of glued to my paper there. Notice that we still have about 2 inches hanging out on the bottom. Now I'm going to get a paper, which is, in this case, I'm using just regular book page from an old book. If you all happen to know, I'm still using the same book, which is that, what is it, Fidel Castro book that I got for 50 cents. I got this this book for 50 cents at the library. You know, it's one of those books that they're trying to get rid of, and so they put them out for 50 cents. See, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and, yes, welcome. Okay, so welcome, Natalie. Make sure that you, if you like this craft, I welcome, I encourage you to just make sure that you follow my page and check out my content, and hopefully we'll be mating happening. And I see Miss Cindy from Create with Cindy's Creations. I am using a tacky glue right here, and I'm just putting my tacky glue all along right there. The reason you could use also some glue stick to glue your paper, that's perfectly fine. I will recommend that you use some tacky glue to make sure that your wire is attached to your paper. The reason why I use tacky glue is because tacky glue has very little moisture. So when you are gluing your paper, it's not going to bubble on you. Let's see, Kelly. Oh, Kelly, you are so sweet. Thank you so much for being so encouraging and so sweet, my friend. Thank you. Yes, love, little loving group. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this, and I kind of want my paper, my pages, my words to kind of go sideways. So you have an option. Just make sure that you're following. Thank you for the follow, Natalie. And welcome to this familia. I'm going to go ahead, and in this one I have them all going horizontally. You have to just decide whether you want your words to go horizontally or vertically if you're using this kind of paper, and just continue that design basically, so that way you are all of your pages kind of go in the same direction. All of your petals go in the same direction. So I'm going to glue one there, cut the rest. Going to use what's left over here to do my next one, next to it right here. Tacky glue is awesome for this. As you're doing it, make sure that you are kind of with your nail, kind of, you know, detailing, or just kind of scrape it gently, score it where your wire is going to be positioned. And this is too small. Let's go for another one. Yeah, just go ahead and put it there with your nail where your wire is positioned. It does 2 things. It's going to create the natural look of the stem of every leaf on your petal. Not only that, but it's also going to be sure you're making sure that you are that your wire is getting glued onto your paper. Okay, so now that I have all of my petals right there, got the excess here. Now that I have my petals there, see that? I'm sorry, my papers glued down. I'm going to come in for this one. I'm going to be doing the smallest one first. Let me go ahead and get myself a little Sharpie. I'm going to, the way that I'm going to position, and that you're going to feel, okay? The way that I am positioning my petal, my template, if you see it, see that? I am feeling where my wire is in the middle. And that is how I'm going to position my template. I want to be sure that as I'm positioning my template, that I'm feeling here that where my wire is, so that way I could kind of go directly in the middle. There. I'm also starting from the very edge. So I'm going to now outline. One of the things that you could do just to kind of make yourself a little easier is to kind of have your pages, your book pages, sort of already pre-cut, so that way you're not undercutting or overcutting kind of thing. You see how I'm wasting paper there? So just to kind of, if you want to be more frugal with your paper. So I'm going to do the same thing with the next one. I'm kind of feeling where my wire is placed, and then I'm going to draw out my template. How's everyone doing on this Wednesday? I can't believe it's Wednesday already, but I do welcome the fact that we're already in the middle of the week. So I am looking forward to a little cooling here in Tampa, Florida. Where are you guys? I bet you guys are having beautiful fall weather. We're not. We're still hot. So I am looking forward to some cool weather here. So let us know. Go ahead and make me jealous. Make me jealous. Tell me what kind of weather, fall weather you guys been having. But no worries. We're finally getting a little bit of coolness this weekend. And I see, who else is here? Sarah, thank you. I did say hello to you a little earlier. Thank you for being here. I'm going to start cutting now. I'm okay with letting a little bit of my Sharpie be seen, because it also gives me a little bit more of an outline on my petal. This is something, you guys, that you have to do petal by petal. You're not going to be bypassing and doing multiple petals at a time. So here it is, as you could see. It gives you the outline there. Notice that here it is, and you could see right there in the middle where the wire is placed. It kind of went a little bit sideways. That's okay. And then we are going to get them ready for the next step. I will tell you the reason why we start cool and end up in the 80s. At least you're starting cool. Indiana, and it is cool here, 46 degrees. It's supposed to be in the 30s tonight. Wow. Getting a little taste of winter. Yeah, we've been waking up in the 70s. End up in the high 80s, and that's how it goes. So when I'm talking about a cool front, you guys, listen, don't envy us. It's no, our cool front means that instead of waking up in the 70s, we're gonna wake up in the 60s and go up to 70s, low 80s. That's a cool down here in Florida. So yeah. So don't feel so jealous here. Oh. But you know, it's so funny down here in Florida. That's just enough for us to bring out all of the sweaters, and you'll see people wearing boots. So yeah. It's the funniest thing. You know, we just get so very little of the weather, of the cooler weather, that you know, we gotta use all of our excuses to be able to bring out some of the beautiful, you know, warm weather clothing. I mean, cool weather clothing. So any excuse be taken. All right, so we have so far, we got to do this one more. We have 4. We're going to do this one more for the first round. You are in New Jersey, Miss Kelly. So, and Kefani's going to be in the 30s here in Kentucky overnight with frost already. Frost warning back in the 60s tomorrow. And in Texas, Cindy says that it was in the 40s this morning. Welcome, welcome, cool weather. Boy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do one more, you all. Again, the whole idea here is that I want to have it as close and as straight as it could possibly get. Now you know what the deal is. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it this way. Where is my tacky glue? I promise I did buy today. I went out and bought new tacky glue. And that is because, as you could see, I'm running low. I'm running low on my tacky glue. So I'm going to do the same thing. This is the last petal because we need 5 petals for this first round of petals. So remember that the aim of the game here is to try to keep it as straight as possible. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put glue all around it to make sure that the book page that I'm going to be adding is going to stick really well. Today, I'm not sure if I have anybody else after me, but regardless, we want to make sure that we are staying close to the time that we need to end here. So this is my 5th one. So I started at 10. I got to finish at 10:45, and we're kind of like halfway through our time. Going to feel again my feel for my wire, and I'm moving my wire right now as I'm speaking, just because guess what? It became a little bit too close to this to the edge of my paper. I have a fan, and remember that I have my cough. I have a fan. It's making me kind of cold, and I'm already feeling kind of like feeling the tightness. All right, here's our 5th one, and I'm going to show you how we have to do our other ones though in order to show you the full flower. Once you have all of your petals, you guys, it's a win-win from there. It goes pretty fast. So for the next set, now that you all know what to do, see that's the back, that's the front, or vice versa. So we have all of our small ones. It's too hot for you, it's too hot for me, trust me. Don't think that I'm enjoying the hot weather in the middle of October. All right, I'm going to start working on my next one. What I'm going to do to make sure that we're going a little bit faster, as I said, I am going to start creating and cutting my papers more to size. I'm getting my other page. So I'm going to start creating my papers more to size. I'm going to take my book pages here, and I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pages. I'm going to go ahead and cut them out a rectangle, and that way I know exactly more or less the size that I need to have. Here are my 5 papers for my next one. This is the next size up. If you're wondering what the template is or how you can get the template, please do take a screenshot. We're not very technical or very what do you call it? Technology savvy here. I should have put that in a PDF and have that ready for you. I just created it, you all. I just created it with my Sharpie. Just kind of Google what a poinsettia template should look like, and just outlined it myself. So this is the template, big and little. Remember, if you're using if you're doing some paper flowers kind of like that for your wall, make sure that you do 3 rounds. So you're gonna need an extra size of for your book, I'm sorry, for your flower, for your wall flower. All right, so now we're going to be cutting. We're going to be cutting some more. We're going to be cutting some more of our wire. So I have my wire right here. I'm going to try to put it as straight as I possibly can. And we're going to be cutting 5 more of these. And for this, we're using at least a 7-inch. You always want to leave a little bit more to gather up your flower petals at the end. So we're going to use them kind of as stems. This is number 3. Number 4. And number 5. Count. Let's count. And then make sure that we don't have to cut 2. Yeah, 5. Okay. So let's get cooking. And this one is going to go a little faster. So I'm just going to go ahead and bypass a little all of the commentings here. Kathleen, you're already using your heater. Incredible. I feel like we got to catch up here in Florida. We got to catch up to you guys. Play catch up. How's my friends here on YouTube? I see 17 of you, 20 of you remaining. And it's been kind of like a quiet evening, you all, with you guys there. How are you guys? Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribing. Okay, so this is my first one. I'm going to go ahead and start gluing my other ones right away. So, get my wires here. Don't get my wires crossed. I am dropping. There's never the day that I don't drop something. We got another 15 minutes or so to go, so I got to make sure we are going a little bit faster. This is the time when you're all saying you need that other glue, and I do. I noticed that. It's a brand new one. I just got it at the Dollar Tree. You know what else I could find at the Dollar Tree, you guys? Lots of Christmas stuff. You guys should have seen this Dollar Tree store. You would have been sinning, because you guys would have been very envious of this Dollar Tree store. Is the Dollar Tree store kind of like a heaven sent? Kind of like, where had this store been all my life? It is a brand new store. Well, not fully brand new. It was opened up last year, but they maintain it so beautifully clean and very organized. So kudos to the people that maintain it. That's very hard to find when it comes to Dollar Tree stores. Not all of them are the staff are not always, well, the management is not always very committed sometimes, or have enough resources of people to get it done. So, but very well stacked, and lots of new stuff, very, very well stocked. So, and it's here in Brandon, in Florida. And what was I going to say? So I found lots of things that I have not found in other places, and things that I have actually seen in many. Kayla, how are you? Thank you for being here. Did not see your comment there, so I appreciate you being here. Hope you're liking this project. Let me know how you're liking it. We're making a poinsettia. So anyways, I found many things, and guess what I found? I did find the tiles, the mirror tiles, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Last night's craft, I finished it, and you can see my YouTube channel. I finished it. It's completely done. I'll be all completely honest, you guys. I don't lie when it comes to my crafts. I'm proud of some other things I do. I'm not proud of some other things I do. So, but I did find the tiles. See that? Both 4, the same 4 that I kind of used. I think I used 3. So here it is. So I did find them. This is the one that I have found before, and this is the one that I found there. Okay, so they do have them still, so be sure that if you like to do that one, to check that out. I'll be completely honest, I'm not 100% loving the way that it turned out, yesterday's craft. And the reason why, I think some of the tiles became a little bit too big for the space. So so the top, as I was turning them, they just became a little bit too, how can I say, a little bit too, what would be the word, a little not curvy. It was just not curvy. I couldn't, did I miss that? Did I? No, I promise I cut 5. You all saw me, I cut 5. I just lost one. I lost a paper. Wait, 3, 4. Yeah, I need one more. Okay, I need one more. This one is not. I gotta cut it the other one. All right, let me get one more. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I wish that I had, and I'll probably do that one again just to be sure that I finish it, that I do a better one. I'm going to be ordering some smaller tiles just to be sure that I get it done. Because it's a great idea, and not only that, you guys, but if you're going to buy something like that in the stores, you're going to be paying quite a lot of money. So I want to be able to do it. All right, so we have about 15 minutes here. Let's see who else. Raeli, how are you? Thank you for being here. Hi, hi, hi. I think I will make this with white felt. Oh, wonderful. B, that's a great idea. To do them out of fabric. Thank you for bringing it up. All right, so now this is the 5 petals, bigger petals that we got to do. And you all, I'm showing you from start to finish how long it's going to be taking you to do this. So it's going to be, and you be probably not be talking as much as I am. So it's going to be a lot faster probably for you. Remember, these, the reason why I'm making them, I want to use them as the poinsettias that I'm using. I want to use them as a napkin rings holders. You could use yours to kind of, if you want to put tags on your gifts. I will really highly recommend them. They will look beautiful, and your gifts will look very high-end, very stunning. You could use them also to decorate your Christmas tree, you guys. You could make them as a this could be a craft that you could do probably with children 7 years and up, probably 8 and up, with your grandchildren. And you can make them out of fabric, as B said, and or any other kind of paper. Okay, so I traced them all. Now let's go ahead and cut them. We have about 12 minutes here to go. This is the bigger one. And don't worry about the black outline of the Sharpie. That's actually going to be coming, it's going to be to your favor because it becomes just an outline for that petal. 1. I'm really anxious to show you right now what this looks like. Oh, Miss Leah from the Sweet Life of Leah. How are you? She is back. Our friend is back here on YouTube. Missed you last night. 3. Now the last 2, you all. And you will, I think we're definitely finishing this in 45 minutes. Because you see how quickly it goes from here. All right, I'm gonna ask you to help me decide if you want to see the gold side up or the gold side down. Let me know if you know if you want to see the gold side of these petals facing up or the gold side of the petals facing down. This is what I have my big ones here. I'm going to do this with my small ones only. I'm going to come in, I'm going to fold them. Let me see. Kelly, the same way. Okay, gold side up, gold side down. Doing it right now, I'm folding them in both ways. We're up. Which side? Gold side or back? Which side? I see up, B. Which side do you want up? Gold or no gold? Gold side up? Okay. Wow. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm going to just, I'm bending them, first of all. And the reason why is because then it gets a little bit more of the natural look of the petals. And as I'm bending them, watch this. I'm going to just go do some 45-degree angles here. Not too many. But look at that. See how the folds on the paper is right away? There. So I'm going to bend them. I'm going to do 45-degree angles, kind of like an accordion. And then I'm going, thank you for the hearts, you guys. Gold side up. You got it. Coming up. See that? So we got 45-degree angles, so like this. Kind of like in an accordion. And then you're going to open it up. And it gives you that look on your petals. Got two more to do. Hold on. There. 1, 2, 3. Open up. There. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Poinsettias or poinsettias have that marking on the leaves. Now I'm going to be gathering. I'm going to start putting all of my gold ones, my bigger ones first. And it doesn't matter, you guys. It doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4, and 5. It does not matter that you start surrounding them like this. Don't worry about that. I'm going to just gather my petals. So as you could see, now I have 3 facing that way, 3 facing in this way. And I'm going to start putting them in the middle of these. I'm going to start opening them now. And I'm going to start putting the same thing on my other gold petals. These are my inner. So I'm going to show you just to make it not to make it confusing. I have 2 big ones. I'm going to follow with 3 smaller ones. And I'm keeping all of my ends here on the bottom. Go ahead and bring them all down so that way they all kind of start on the very bottom together. Okay, so I could see them. They're already kind of as close as you can here. Keep your thumb right there. Now that I have them, 2 of the big ones, 3 of the small ones facing all the same direction, I'm going to come back and I'm going to kind of put the other ones on the opposite direction. So I'm going to put my other remaining 2 of the small ones. So they're kind of like kissing each other there, making sure that they're all on the bottom, pinching on the bottom, and my other 3 big ones following suit. Okay, so now I have them. You see that? They're kind of like facing each other. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to start just taking my wire and just twisting. Twist and twist and twist. So be careful with your hands, with your fingers. Now that I have it twisted, I'm going to take my floral wire, my floral tape, sorry, and I'm going to give it kind of like a little stretch, by giving it a stretch, you're going to be releasing the glue. But just for good measure, I'm going to always just put a little dab of glue, of hot glue, just a little tiny bit. Make sure you don't burn your fingers. And now I'm going to start wrapping them on there. And as you kind of give this just a little tiny stretch, then you're going to be releasing that sticky side of the glue on the on this floor wire. Sorry guys, I think the fan is getting to me. So I'm going to roll and roll and roll all the way to the bottom here. And this is going to keep your wire serving two purposes. You're getting your wire you're getting your wire all covered up so it looks better finished. Not only that, but you're also making sure, I'm going to roll it up now, you're also making sure that you are protecting your fingers and wherever you're going to be placing this. I'm going to just rip it. I'm going to do a little tiny bit sticky. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of hot glue just there, just to be sure that it doesn't come up and it stays put. So here it is. This is what we have right now. Put this out of the way. And now let's go ahead and position this. Going to start putting it and opening them up. One. Get the other one. Two. Put them in place wherever you want them to go. 3, 4, 5. You're probably wondering why, how come I did not do, have a little bit of paper C left out. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. I didn't cut that correctly. How come I didn't do the folding or the bending of these petals? You're not gonna notice it. So don't need to work twice or do extra work. So there it is. So far it's opened. I'm gonna go ahead and start opening up and kind of positioning my other petals. These are my smaller ones. These are going to start bending more. And putting them in place. That is the reason why we have that wire in the middle. See? There is your poinsettia. And if you want, you could do, the bottom one color, the top one another color. You could do them in any other shades. There it is. Poinsettias or poinsettias have a center. So they have, usually the little stems are nice and yellow and greenish. So what we're going to use in this instance, we're going to use some pearls. Just because they're fun, just because they're beautiful, just because we can. Okay, so you could use something kind of like this. I'm going to show you. Something like this. In fact, you know what? For all good measure, let's just use the red ones. Let's play with the, colors of Christmas here. So I'm gonna get these. These, by the way, I got them at through Amazon. So we all love them, even though they take everybody out of business. I'm going to go ahead and put them together here. I think the gold with the red will be beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little twisty here on the bottom. And this is our time to go. I'm going to go ahead and do that. These are the, what do you call this? Now I forgot the name of the anatomy of the flower. The pistils, would that be? I'm going to try it. I'm going to go ahead and give them a little bit of a trial run here in the middle. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my hot glue and drop some hot glue right there in my center. And I'm going to put my pistils, I believe that's what the name, in there in the middle. And look at you all. We're cooking with gas. Look how beautiful that looks. It just turned it into a beautiful flower, you guys. See that? And again, this flower just like this. You could have just exchanged your petals. And look at that. And that would have looked beautiful with the red. I hope you enjoyed this craft. Super easy, super inexpensive. So give it a good old try. Okay? Look at that. You have different colors on the back. Again, you could have played around with the different shades and the different patterns. Do this in different patterns, do them in fabric. But hey, play around with it. It's really fun. It's really fun. All right. Hope you enjoy this time together. Don't forget, this is your pattern right here. Should you choose to want to do it, don't forget, if you want to do it larger for a paper flower, just increase the size. All right. I had fun being with you tonight. Have a beautiful night. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. I will be on tomorrow at 10:45 p.m. 10:45 Eastern. So I hope you guys, thank you, Stephanie, for all those hearts. Thank you, Martha. Have a beautiful night, Kelly. I got my drink right behind me. I'm going to drink some. May God bless you. May God keep you. Make his face shine upon you. May God grant you his peace. And don't forget to subscribe, follow, and like before you go. Love you all. Have a beautiful night. Buenas noches. Adios.